Do giants exist? It seems so. People who literally surpass a height of more than 2 meters in length are not that rare. At least, that's what it seems. And when you watch this video until the end, you will be extremely shocked. Are you curious? Join us and we will get to know each of these bizarre figures. Let's go. Number 16. Abdraman Demay. At an impressive 2.35 meters tall, Abdraman Demay is a figure who attracts attention wherever he goes in Ivory Coast. His story is not only remarkable for his extraordinary height, but also for his tireless search for comfort in a world made for people much smaller than him. A special chapter in his life took place in Germany, where George Wessel, the owner of a specialized shoe store, became his personal hero. Every time Abdraman visits the store, he has to bend down to get through the door. But he leaves with a smile on his face. For the first time in his life, he has found shoes that don't hurt his feet, thanks to George's personalized service. His name often comes up in discussions alongside Sultan Kosen, the tallest man in the world, and his presence causes a sensation both in his country and internationally, making him a natural ambassador for human diversity. Number 15. Yao Defen's legacy in China. In the small province of Anhui, China, there lived an extraordinary woman named Yao Defen, who reached the impressive height of 2.33 meters. Her story began to attract attention when, at the age of 15, she already measured 1.98 meters. A tumor in the pituitary gland, responsible for the production of growth hormones, was the cause of her exceptional height. In 2006, she underwent surgery to partially remove the tumor, but her health challenges continued. Yao faced several hospitalizations due to blood infections, diabetes, respiratory problems, and kidney failure. In her youth, she tried to get involved in basketball, but her health conditions limited her participation in the sport. In emotional interviews, Yao shared her sadness at being different, constantly questioning the reason for her extraordinary height. In her later years, she had to deal with curious looks and practical difficulties in everyday life. At the age of 40, Yao passed away, leaving behind a story that combines overcoming and challenges, serving as an example of the importance of early diagnosis of hormonal conditions. Number 14. Brahim Takula. Brahim is a Moroccan giant who stands at 2.46 meters and has turned his extraordinary height into something positive. Born in Guelmim, he wasn't always so tall. He started to grow rapidly in his teens due to acromegaly. What draws the most attention to him are his gigantic feet. He wears such a large size that he has to have special shoes made that cost a fortune. But he doesn't let this get in the way of his life. He works as an ambassador for humanitarian causes and takes part in charity events all over the world. At home, everything had to be adapted. Taller doors, custom-made furniture, and even the shower was installed higher. The coolest thing is that he became friends with Sultan Kosen, and the two sometimes appear together, totaling almost 5 meters in height when they stand side by side. I have a question for you. First, I'd like to tell you that it's possible to keep up with the biggest curiosities of our world every day. But for that, you need to be subscribed to our channel. So have you subscribed yet? If not, take the opportunity to subscribe now. Now that you've done that, let's go. Number 13. Yao Ning. At an impressive 2.36 meters tall, Yao Ning has become a living legend in Chinese and world basketball. Born on August 23, 1983 in Shanghai, his journey into the sport began relatively late, at the age of 15. His size 56 sneakers made headlines, and his imposing presence on the court was impossible to ignore. At the height of his career, he weighed 168 kilograms and became an NBA sensation playing for the Houston Rockets. In addition to the court, Yao conquered Hollywood, appearing in the film Rush Hour 3 as a giant kung fu master. His marriage to Xu Yan also entered the record books. Together, they are the tallest couple in the world, totaling 4.22 meters. Number 12. Joelison Fernandez. Joelison Fernandez da Silva, affectionately known as Nino, has reached the impressive height of 2.37 meters. Born into a humble family in Paraíba, his life changed drastically after facing a bacterial infection that lasted 4 years, resulting in the amputation of his right leg in 2022. But this change opened unexpected doors. Just 9 months after the surgery, he made his sitting volleyball debut. Under the guidance of coach Fernando Guimarães, who also coaches the Brazilian national team, Nino began training intensively. In just 1 month, he was already participating in the Campeonato Paulista, winning 2 matches with his club. His story began at the age of 8, when he began to grow rapidly due to a benign tumor in the pituitary gland. In 2007, he underwent laser surgery on his nose that managed to control its growth. Today, at 30 years old, he is building a happy life alongside his wife Eva Medeiros, who's almost a meter shorter than him, proving that love knows no height differences. Number 11. Sultan Kosen. At an impressive 2.51 meters, Sultan Kosen is literally the tallest man on the planet. Born into a family of farmers in Turkey, he also has acromegaly, the same condition as Ibrahim. But do you know what the coolest part is? He uses his height to help his family with the harvest, reaching the highest branches of the trees without needing a ladder. In 2009, he entered the Guinness Book of Records as the tallest man alive, and since then he has traveled the world telling his story. Just imagine the adaptations he needs. Special doors at home, a modified car, and a giant custom-made bed. Sultan also has the largest hands in the world of any living person. Each one measures 28.5 centimeters from the wrist to the tip of the middle finger. The coolest part is that he created a foundation to help other people with rare conditions like his. Number 10. Molly Duongdi. Molly Duongdi made headlines in Thailand for being the country's tallest teenager. Her story began to unfold at the age of 9. When her mother noticed that she was growing much faster than other children. A brain tumor was pressing on a crucial nerve, causing a hormonal imbalance that caused her to grow non-stop. At 6'2" tall, Molly required quarterly injections, costing $22,000 to control her growth. The condition also affected her vision, and tragically, she passed away at the age of 24. Her last act of generosity was to allow her body to be donated to Siraj Hospital for medical studies, transforming her experience into valuable knowledge for future generations. Number 9. Rassela Galy. Rassela Galy holds a unique title. She is the tallest woman in the world, at 2.15 meters. Her story is marked by a very rare genetic condition called Weaver syndrome, which affects only 50 people on the entire planet. She was homeschooled since she was little, and grew so fast that she seemed like a child trapped in an adult's body. In 2014, at the age of 17, she decided to break her first record when she realized that she was taller than the record holder at the time. But it didn't stop there. In 2021, she was officially recognized as the tallest woman in the world. And the following year, she accumulated 3 more titles: largest hands, longest fingers, and longest back on the planet. Passionate about technology, Rassela works as a web developer and dreamed of visiting Silicon Valley. However, her condition only allows her to sit for 2 hours at a time. An airline made history by adapting 6 seats and installing a special stretcher for her, something normally reserved only for medical emergencies. Number 8. Robert Bobrovsky. Robert Bobrovsky reached 7 feet 1 inch and became a sensation in Romanian basketball at a young age. He began his career at the age of 12, standing out for his long arms and natural presence on the court. His ability to block shots and dominate rebounds was impressive. Despite the physical challenges that his extraordinary height brought, including mobility issues, Robert remained focused on improving his game. He played in several youth leagues, including in the United States, where he gained recognition as a promising talent. Number 7. Paul Sturgis. At an impressive 2.31 meters tall, Paul Sturgis left Leicestershire, United Kingdom, to conquer the American courts. In 2007, he moved to the United States, where his career took off in a unique way. The big turning point in his life came in 2011, when he joined the famous Harlem Globetrotters. There, he developed his trademark, the no-jump dunk, a spectacular move that left audiences speechless. With his feet literally on the ground, he was able to put the ball in the basket, proving that his extraordinary height could be used in creative and fun ways. His participation in films such as Avatar 2, The Lord of the Rings, and Fantastic Beasts further increased his fame. Paul currently plays in the 2nd division of the NBA for the Texas Legends, where he continues to impress fans and opponents with his unique presence on the court. During his career, he had the opportunity to play against basketball legends such as LeBron James, moments that have left their mark on the history of the sport. Number 6. Abiodun Adegoke. Standing at 8 feet tall and full of pure skill, Abiodun Adegoke, affectionately nicknamed Big Naija by his fans, is a Nigerian basketball phenomenon. Videos of him practicing and dunking without even having to jump have gone viral on social media. It seems like magic. But but it's just pure talent. He started his journey at Gami International College, a sports academy in Nigeria, where he trained hard. Then, he went to Dubai and rocked the MPAC Elite Youth League. Guess who was blown away by his jaw? None other than Shaquille O'Neal, a living NBA legend. The coolest thing is that Abiodun makes everything look easy. The basket is practically at chest height. When he jumps, wow, it's like watching a superhero in action. Number 5. George Murisan. George Murisan was born on February 14, 1971, and became a living basketball legend as the tallest player in NBA history, standing at 7 feet 11 inches. His condition, called gigantism, caused by excess growth hormone, is even more astonishing when compared to the height of his parents. His mother was 5 feet 7 inches and his father 5 feet 9 inches. By the age of 15, he was already over 6 feet tall. In 1993, he was drafted 30th overall by the Washington Wizards. His size 58 sneakers and nickname Big Gita became his trademark. During his career, he accumulated more than $8 million in earnings and won the NBA Most Improved Player Award in 1994-95. Foot problems caused him to miss the entire 1997-98 season, cutting his career short. Murisan's legacy continues through his sons. George played basketball at Georgetown College from 2016 to 2020, and his youngest son, Victor, at 7 feet 1 inch, is following in his father's footsteps at the same university. Number 4. Sun Ming. Sun Hunkai, at an astonishing 2.42 meters, became a sensation in China and around the world. In 2004, a photo of him walking through the streets of Wuhan went viral before social media even existed. The guy had left Shaanxi province to treat his weight problems and ended up becoming a tourist attraction by accident. Born in 1964, Sun was officially recognized as the tallest man in China in 2010. But do you know what's even cooler? He doesn't just use his height to attract attention. The giant works restoring ancient works of art in the Yungang grottos. Just imagine the advantage of having someone so tall taking care of cultural heritage. It's like having a human crane with artistic sensibilities. Sun also made a point of visiting Yao Defen, another super tall person, showing that there is a true community of giants who support each other. Number 3. Leonid Stadnik. At 2.57 meters, Leonid could have been recognized as the tallest man in the world, but he always refused to accept the official Guinness measurements. Born into a family of farmers in Ukraine, his accelerated growth began after undergoing pituitary surgery. Despite all the difficulties his height brought, he worked as a rural veterinarian, caring for the region's animals. His home required special adaptations, higher ceilings, larger doors, and custom-made furniture. Most impressively, despite all the challenges, he maintained a huge vegetable garden and cared for several animals on his property. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2014, but he left a legacy of humility and hard work. Number 2. Morteza Mead. Just imagine a 2.46 meter athlete dominating the sitting volleyball courts. That's Morteza Mead, one of the tallest guys on the planet. But his story isn't just about height. It's about pure overcoming. During his adolescence, he suffered a serious injury that left one of his legs shorter than the other. Instead of giving up, he found his great passion in sitting volleyball. With those giant arms, he became a blocking and attacking machine for the Iranian national team. The guy is so out of the ordinary that he helped Iran win several Paralympic gold medals. At Rio 2016 and Tokyo 2020, he was a key player in the achievements that transformed Iran into the biggest power in sitting volleyball in the world. Everyone is mesmerized watching him play. It seems like the net is a child's toy compared to him. His condition, called acromegaly, is the same one that affects other giants, but Morteza has turned it into his greatest advantage on the court. Number 1. Olivier Richter. At 7 feet 11 inches tall and full of strength and charisma, Olivier Richter has taken the world by storm on screens and in gyms. Known as the Dutch Giant, this former bodybuilder has turned his extraordinary height into a true passport to Hollywood. Just imagine finding this giant in an action movie. He's already appeared in several major productions, including Hitman and White Bodyguard. But you'd be wrong if you thought Olivier was just about muscles and height. The guy is a genius at helping other people through his fitness company, where he shares all his crazy experience about health and training. He's like that big friend everyone wants to have at the gym, you know? The coolest thing is that he doesn't let fame go to his head. He maintains a super positive attitude and is always encouraging people to grow, not only in height, but as human beings. And look how cool. He even became a model, proving that there are no limits when you have dedication and personality. Which of these giants were you most shocked to meet? Tell me in the comments below. Take advantage and click on this video that is now appearing on the screen because I separated it especially for you. Well, that's it, and until next time, Curious One.